Hello Falcons, Mr. Fleschner here, bringing you a quick video update from our past school board work session. Now first I just want to clarify work sessions. So work sessions are things that school boards can schedule, and they are really just that. They're work sessions. They can go out and discuss things, and obviously with our upcoming school bond referendum vote on November 5th, they've got some things they need to kind of talk about. Now these agendas do not contain action items. They are really, again, just that. They're discussions, they're work sessions, they're updating on things and how that's progressing. So if you happen to see that agenda, that's really what the board was working through that night. Now, a couple items I kind of want to share with you before we kind of get into some of the board discussions. One, some things with communication. So some avenues and where you can get information over the next several weeks for a little over 30 days out from the vote. We've got upcoming newspaper articles that you can see through the eclipse. We've got some radio with Jonathan Mowinkle on KLMJ, and we've got some radio interviews that he'll be posting on the station there, so you can listen to those things. Social media between X and Facebook, lots of posts and information coming out in those mediums. And honestly, a great resource if you go to our school district's website. On the main landing page, Kelly's kind of reconfigured. Right at the top, there's a big banner that says Focusing on the Future. If you click that, it'll take you to a separate website with our facilities things. That's always being updated. So, if you've been there, maybe it's been a little while since you've looked at that, I'd encourage you to go back. There's always some new information being posted there. If you've got a neighbor, some friends, some family that maybe hasn't gotten all the information or don't feel like they have enough information, if you can help communicate to get them moved to one of those mediums, that'd be great. And always don't hesitate to reach out to me if you've got some questions. So one of the frequently asked questions things is a piece I'm going to talk about next. Just a few items, some things I've kind of heard, to kind of answer really, really quickly. One is just the scope of the project. Early on in the process, we talked about a lot of potential options that could be looked at going forward. Once that was narrowed down and approved by the board, it is on that November 5th ballot. This really is going to come down to a remodel, refresh, update of the Applington building, a career and tech ed expansion here at the high school. Those are really the biggest pieces of the project, okay? And that's how it will be outlined on the ballot. That's what we're asking people to consider partaking in that process. Some people have asked, well, why didn't we consider building a new elementary school? Well, we did consider building a new elementary school. The issue we ran up against, our school district does not have the bonding capacity to build a brand new elementary school. The monies simply are not available to build a whole brand new structure, okay? Some questions on, why does the high school need more career and tech ed space? Really, this comes down to our ag education, which is really in a classroom right now. Not a lot of room inside of there to set up a lot of projects and do a lot of hands-on activities. And we'll have some tours available for these two upcoming. But our industrial tech space, our shop, okay? We really don't have a really defined space for metalworking, right? So there's lots of adjusting and shifting equipment around inside the room. There's always a safety element that comes into play there too. So really we could look to expand those two spaces, and then that would offer space that we could redevelop for 7th and 8th grade students then to transition and move to the high school. Something else that's been brought up, and fairly, what would happen if the bond doesn't pass? And I think this is just important to note. The laws have changed, okay? The school district cannot put a bond referendum back on a ballot for 1 year. So these only happen in November. So this isn't like it used to be, many years ago where you could wait 90 days or whatever and then re-vote on it. So we would have to wait an entire calendar year to put this back on a ballot. So anything that would kind of happen within that year, if costs continue to kind of rise, those kind of things are only going to get more expensive. So just wanted to share that. Somebody had kind of asked what that looks like. We would have to wait a full year. Now, the next piece of this, really the bulk of the school board work session, Lots of fair questions about, well, what maybe does the future look like for Parkersburg Elementary? So the school board sat down, really talked through the concept of transitioning and moving Parkersburg Elementary into an early childhood learning center. Now, lots and lots of pieces can go into this, okay? Inside of this, in the concept of this, or how this could actually work, is we would leave preschool inside Parkersburg Elementary, Head Start, which is a partnership with Butler County, potentially expand that to an early access Head Start through Butler County is a possibility. Early childhood special ed would remain inside Parkersburg Elementary the way it is right now. The building itself would still be maintained by the district. It'll be a bus hub for any students or families that want to drop students off there to get on a bus, just like you do now. Now, some future things that we could consider with this. Can we add in before and after school daycare, which would be a great plus for the communities? We could also potentially look for community partners to expand inside daycare inside of that space. Many of those conversations have been started, but obviously it's all contingent upon the bond and how that vote goes. All right, so lots and lots of positive pieces, more to come on expanding this, but we really wanted to kind of get that information out to you that there is a plan with Parkersburg Elementary. Some people have asked, well, would the district still need to put money into the building? Well, the answer would be yes, but I think we have to consider the timing should the bond referendum pass. And really what that could be is about 3 years by the time the buildings are all designed, substantial work is completed, and then we could use dollars that the school district currently has and will have over that time period to go back and update some of those pieces inside of the building. Okay, so there is a plan of what to do with Parkersburg Elementary, but obviously all of that's contingent upon how the bond referendum goes. Last question I've kind of had, and we'll have more information coming out on this too. And again, if you go to the facility website in that top banner that I mentioned earlier, is about how to vote. Lots of information on how to get absentee ballots, where's my polling location for those. We know that some of our patrons might only participate in elections, once every 4 years. We respect that, but go to that website. You can go in and register for absentee ballots inside of there, find your polling locations, and lots of other information. Any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me here at the school. And as always, go Falcons.